Identification of the user by using a hardware device. Face-to-face communication. We have two people, Mr. X and Mr. Y. Mr. X sees Mr. Y. Mr. X knows that the person in front of him is Mr. Y. So there is no problem of identification. Mr. X could treat with Mr. Y. Mr. X could have a deal with Mr. Y. Mr. X could conclude a contract with Mr. Y. Mr. X could perform a bank transaction with Mr. Y. There is no problem because Mr. X knows that the person in front of him is really Mr. Y. No problem of identification. Now, when we use technology, for example, social media, the situation is different. We can create an account on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, but anyone could create an account. We can create a page on Facebook, a group on Facebook, and we can enter any data. Date of birth may be wrong. The location, the place of birth, everything could be wrong. But we can perform actions. We can post status. We can write comments. We can like posts. We can share posts. We can do many things with an identity which is wrong, which is fake. Who is behind the screen? We don't know. We are dealing with someone on Facebook, but this someone can be a hacker, can be anyone, can be a program. Maybe there is another person behind the screen. Maybe it is an organization. Maybe it is a program. So there is a problem of identity. That said, we can create a public opinion. We can create many accounts, many pages, many groups by a program. Means the program generates groups, pages, and accounts. And this program could create a public opinion, could orient the elections, could rise a person, could demolish a person, like the president of Brazil. This happened, for example, in Kenya in 2017. Here is an article. It deals with this article. In Kenya, election manipulation is a matter of life and death. So a public opinion was created by Facebook and elections were oriented. Here is a video where an expert in security is talking about the influence of Facebook on elections.
اترافير جوجل واترافير معناها واتساب اللي تم اقتناها بداية من 2015 واترافير انستغرام معناها جوجل والموساد متحكم في شبكة التواصل الاجتماعي في العالم أجمع، وهذا يساهم في رفع بعض الشخصيات السياسية في بعض الأوقات كما الرئيس نتاع البرازيل كان مش معروف اللي معناها في 2019 بداية من 2019 معناها تنصب كرئيس، عاونته برشا شبكة التواصل الاجتماعي.
دونك هذا في علاقة زاد أيضا بالصفحات الفيسبوكية اللي
صحيتك اللي علمت عليهم شركة فيسبوك وقالت 256 باج وهم بالالاف المواقع والصفحات بالالاف هذوما تستعملهم لضرب شخصيات معينه او رفع من ودعم شخصيات اخرى.
An expert in security is talking about the influence. So now when we go to the bank transactions, when I am doing online banking, one page is on the screen in front of me. Who is behind this page? I don't know. I entered my password and sent a transaction. I sent it to whom? I don't know. To the bank, to the hacker, to whom? I don't know. The bank received a request, but from whom? From me or maybe from a hacker. I entered the password, data for the transaction. The hacker captured all of this, but sent something else to the bank. The bank sent back a confirmation. To whom? To me. Maybe not. Maybe to the hacker. And then the hacker sent me something else. Possible. There is a problem of identity. With whom I'm dealing, I don't know. We do not have a physical vis-a-vis. ATM machines and online transactions. Today, self-service banking exists. It is performed either on ATM machines or on online. For ATM machines, a customized hardware is used, which is indeed the ATM card. Moreover, a password is required. The ATM machine is not connected to internet. The hacker has no access to the machine and to the card. For online banking, the situation is different. No customized hardware device is used. The user, means the bank's client, uses a terminal, a computer, which is connected to internet. The situation is different. This terminal can be used by authorized people, but also by smart, non-authorized, malicious people, intruders. The ATM machine is more secure since it is a private interface. It's not connected to internet. Moreover, customized hardware, a card, is required. Our idea is the following: to use a customized hardware, a portable device for online transactions and private data exchange in general, to make the hardware more secure by rendering the password time-dependent. Time-dependent password, the intruders generally attempts to intercept the non-encrypted password or attempts to decrypt the encrypted password, maybe to use a password generator to successively attempt to enter the right password. The password becomes changing in time. These three measures become useless since by the time needed to decrypt the password, the latter is not valid anymore. So the idea is to have each day, each hour, each transaction a new password. Proposal is the following: to have this scheme. We have a computer and we have an application for banking. We are in front of this computer, but we enter a USB device here, and this USB device includes a microcontroller, memory, and also an interface for biometric data. For example, to read fingerprints. In the memory here, we have a list of passwords. This list of passwords is given by the bank. So here the bank has a list of passwords. For example, for each day, one password. And the same list is recorded on the memory of the USB device that me as a bank's client have. The direction of flow of data is the following: from here to here, not the opposite. Means when I would like to perform a bank transaction, I will take one password from the list here, means the list here also, because it is a copy of it. And this password enters in the application and it is sent to the bank through internet. The hacker could intercept this password, but to do what? This password is not valid anymore because it is valid for only one transaction. Implementation, hardware device, we implement this device, which is a USB device, and that's the circuit. Another solution consists in using a technique which is similar to the confirmation by SMS. Many banks, in order to confirm a transaction, they send a private SMS, of course on your phone, not through the web application. Then you enter by hand the number given by the SMS. In this way, we are sure that you are the person the bank is dealing with. So we solve the problem of identification through confirmation by SMS. We can do the same with USB. We don't use a phone. How? We use this USB, the same USB. And when you send a transaction, the bank replies with a number. This number is displayed on the web application. Then you have to enter this number by hand on the USB device. So the USB device should be able to accept. The USB device has an interface to enter numbers. For example, the bank displays back a number on the screen, 2659. You have, as a bank's client, to enter the same number but on the private USB device. And there is a program in the microcontroller of the USB card, and this program will generate a password in light of the number 2659. For example, could give you the password number 2659, or to use any other algorithm to provide a password. But the bank has the same program, so the bank knows what should be the password. And this acts as a confirmation, like the confirmation by the SMS. The password generated by the USB device could also combine this number 2659 with the data of the transaction so that it is impossible for the hacker to do anything with the provided password. To generalize the idea, we would like to avoid manipulation, like elections, for example. Society is in the hand of the technology. The technology could be harmful to society when society is not protected, when society has no solution for the problem of identification. The issue is how to have technology in the hand and interest of society. That was the purpose of our work. Thank you very much.